back. After
Finally, the champ has returned.
2 weeks of Garry not being here and our voices silenced. Although we had some cool specials and microsodes. Give those a listen.
Our voices are never silenced.
Give those a listen. We also have...
The Griff.
That was very sarcastic.
Well, I thought you were going to say, and I could just say hi.
He was pointing at you.
I was pointing at you. For all of you that didn't see me pointing, I was pointing.
You mean all of us who aren't in the room right now?
That's good.
That's right.
For all the listeners.
He gave you a radio cue, Rebecca. Didn't you study the email we sent about radio cues?
No.
God damn it.
Anyways.
Because there wasn't one.
I got it.
We're back. Garry was away. We had no regular episodes. But for all those that liked our page and subscribed to our channel over that period of time, thank you very much.
It seemed more people liked and subscribed while I was away. I don't really...
Yeah,
I didn't do much to my self-confidence.
Take that as a hint, maybe.
That is kind of true. But, yeah.
I've been demoted to technical programmer.
We aren't going to review any books today because Garry has been away for so long and has not been able to catch up.
Plus, I have a stack of 18 books, and so there's a lot to go through.
But lots of stuff happened.
Yeah.
San Diego Comic-Con 2013.
Yeah, thanks for having that while I was
away. Ton of panels, ton of news, ton of stuff.
Just a few things.
So we're going to talk about a lot of that.
Nothing major. Let's talk about me first.
Some TV, some movies,
Let's talk
some
about
games.
me. Let's talk about my
We're
vacation.
not going to talk specifically about Garry, but Garry found some cool stuff while he was away.
I did find some pretty cool stuff.
Our nation, Canada's capital.
Oh, Canada.
All right. What'd you find?
Well, I managed to do a little bit of geek shopping while I was away. Stopped off at this little tiny store. I'm not sure if many of you heard of it. It's called WE.ARE.BACK. I'm not sure if Walmart, I think it's called. It's a very small store. But I managed to pick up a few nice little pieces there. I got my General Zod in battle armor from Man of Steel, which I'm psyched about. It's a cool figure. It's got a Kryptonian armor and the removable helmet.
Movie figures usually suck.
It's the Movie Masters collection. That
I don't care what master it is.
Of the universe. It's a good figure. The Movie Masters figures have always been pretty good, except the Green Lantern ones, because everything in that movie was garbage. But I also picked up the Iron Man 3 Marvel Legends set Ultron, which kind of didn't understand why he was in that set to begin with, because he had nothing to do with Iron Man 3. But now we know maybe he does.
Maybe.
So that selection of figure in that series kind of makes a little bit more sense now. I also picked up the new Marvel Universe series, finally a Captain America figure, a standard 616 Marvel Universe
with
Captain America figure. With the head wings. He's not the Ultimate version. He's not a World War II version.
No helmet.
No helmet, nothing. He's just a plain 616 version of Cap.
Is it detailed with the chainmail?
No, it's flat body because it's this 3 3/4 inch scale G.I. Joe size figure.
Yeah.
And it's the first time they've done that Cap. They've had other versions of Cap, but it's always been tweaked versions, like World War II Ultimate versions. They've been fine, but this is the first actual 616 Cap in a single figure that they've done. And I also picked up Mysterio.
Cool.
One of the best villains ever. His costume is great. Giant fishbowl, and it's awesome. For some reason, the package says Marvel's Mysterio. I don't really understand. Is there another character out there that this could have been confused with? Is there?
I don't think so.
Like an obscure Twilight Zone character that Marvel's worried about stepping on toes with? I don't know. And I found a couple comic book stores, of course, while I was in Ottawa. Picked up the new Martian Manhunter figure from DC. So I'm now at 3 figures of my Justice League of America set. Unfortunately, I probably won't be getting the Great Vibe or Katana because they're in 2 packs.
Then you only need to buy it once. There you go. One price.
No, they're in 2 packs, not together.
Oh.
Katana comes with Wonder Woman, who I already have, and Vibe comes with Flash, who I already have.
Just gonna have to eBay for some loose figures.
Probably. They're slightly tweaked, because that's kind of DC's model with these figures, though if they re-release figures or put them in a box set, they'll be slightly tweaked. But, I mean, you can't really tweak the Flash that much. Wonder Woman might...
You could put more speed lines on them.
More piping. People love pipings.
Yes.
But another figure I was tracking down, I was hunting through some Toys R Us stores while I was away, was the new Masterpiece Soundwave. No stores in Canada have them yet. They're apparently selling out like gangbusters in the States. it's a reissue of the Takara Masterpiece Soundwave, and it's same design, old school cassette tape player, and just double the size of what he used to be in scale with the rest of the Masterpiece figures. Just an amazing figure. It's going to be a bit more plasticky than the Takara one because they have to make it out of plastic so kids don't impale themselves on metal. But the best thing about this figure, you get all 4 tapes with it, as opposed to the Takara release where you only get 2 tapes and then you have to buy the other 2 separately. So for $120, you get Masterpiece Soundwave and 4 tapes, and you can hold all 4 tapes in his chest. So I'm going to be calling Toys R Us.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I'm going to be calling Toys R Us stores and having them check inventory and hopefully not having to drive too far to find one.
Will you be having some pretty pictures up on your blog of these figures you have purchased?
Yes, I've done the package shots. I'm going to crack them open and get some shots done and get some reviews done. I have some reviews to do from before I went away that I ran out of time for my Thundercats. Oh!
That's right. I forgot about that.
And my awesome Enterprise Minimate ship with Kirk, which does look pretty awesome on my shelf.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
So San Diego Comic-Con, this little show happened.
Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Yes. Lots
We're
of stuff.
a little bit late talking about it again. My fault. Sorry. There was some cool toy news out of...
It's not that late.
Well, no. There was some cool toy stuff. I'm kind of glad and not glad that San Diego Comic-Con is blown up big as it is, because you've got more things showing up there now.
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember too many times when there was a lot of toys showing up at San Diego Comic-Con. So it was kind of nice to see Randy Falk from NECA there showing off some of the new figures. They showed off their big Ed 209, which as soon as that comes out, I'm buying because I can't afford the Hot Toys version.
Oh, yeah.
But they've got the little alien egg that's going to launch a face hugger, which is cool. They've got a bunch of new RoboCop figures, like the Ed 209. They got some more Predator figures. They got the throwbacks to the old Kenner Predator figures in these really messed up color schemes. So that's kind of cool. But my favorite thing was probably, I'm a big fan of the Matty Toy Collector site that they run, basically because they're sculpted by the Four Horsemen. Those guys are amazing. Their subscription service, which is a little pricey if you live in Canada, but they're doing kind of a Kickstarter-esque thing with their Doomsday figure. If they get so many subscribers for the service, they're gonna put out an actual in-scale Doomsday now. The first one they put out was just a 6-inch figure, so it looked stupid next to another 6-inch Superman figure.
Yeah.
But this one's going to be in scale. It's going to be him kind of like in his garbage bag look.
Let me ask you thus. Who really cares about Doomsday anymore?
It's still a cool design on a bad guy. Narratively, not the best thing in the world, but he was certainly a product of when he was created.
Yeah, exactly. When was Doomsday popular? 94 something?
Ish,
mid-90s?
But no, this is a figure that a lot of people have wanted because the original release of the figure, while good, the sculpt was great, articulation paint was great, it was tiny. It was a wee little figure.
Maybe it was the Smallville version.
No. But, back to my point, the Tier 1 version of this character is going to be him in his garbage bag look when he just busted out, so he has like the green suit on, no spikes or anything. If they get enough subscribers, they're bumping it up to an Unleashed version where he's got like all the bag ripped off and he's got the bones protruding and a little ponytail and everything, like him fighting Superman style. Now, they haven't really been clear if they get enough people to release the like big huge no costume version. If they're also going to release the other one, they haven't been really super clear on that. I'm hoping they do. I'm hoping they do both because I'd like to get both. That would be one I'd probably invest in just for being in scale.
That's cool.
So it'd be nice to have one in scale on my shelf.
I see.
So that was some of my favorite. That was some cool toy stuff coming out of Comic-Con.
Well,
that was about it that happened at Comic-Con. I don't need to talk about anything else.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot. There was a lot. Of panels.
There was stuff.
We posted a lot of the panels on our Facebook page. You can check that out. But lots of news. Rekka, did you hear any news?
I saw a picture of John Barrowman and his husband with Powdered Toast Man. That was kind of funny.
Yeah, he was there.
Awesome.
It was pretty sweet.
Pretty awesome.
I liked a couple of the cool little guest spots they did at Comic-Con, like with Loki. I like Tom Hiddleston coming out in character as Loki.
That was awesome.
That was so cool.
Yeah, that was really good.
I love Bryan Cranston walking around Comic-Con in a Walter White mask.
Yeah.
And then pulls the mask off, and it's Bryan Cranston. But
That's pretty cool.
one of the funniest, though, Hugh Jackman walked around Comic-Con as Wolverine. No one recognized him. And I think he did an interview, and he's like, yeah, I walked around, and everyone's like, no one noticed me. People were kind of like being a little critical. And one guy yelled at him, too tall.
Actually, he just gave an interview saying he's actually much taller than the character he plays in the movies or whatever. Which he meant Wolverine.
Yeah, we know that.
So
he's like nearly, a foot and a bit taller?
Yeah.
Because Wolverine's like...
Actually,
5'1"?
And
Really?
Matt Smith also walked around Comic-Con in disguise, though.
Yeah.
He had to wear like a real mask, because he would have just got killed.
That's what a lot of celebrities do. They all dress up so they can walk around. Because they want to see everything that's up, but they can't. They don't want to get...
If they blend in, no one's going to think that, look, Hugh Jackman's walking around Comic-Con in costume.
There's enough people in
nope,
costume that they can do it
really
in costume
Hugh Jackman.
and not get bugged.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of new books announced. Lots and lots of new books. So, who cares?
The editor. The guy mixing the recording cares.
Also, the people who listen.
Anywho's. So Dynamite had a ton of announcements pre and during Comic-Con.
They were on fire lately with their announcements.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if they get bumped up in the previews catalog to a premier publisher soon.
And that's what they're going for?
Probably, because who doesn't want to be a premier publisher, right? You've got Dark Horse, Image, Marvel, DC, and IDW. So you've only really got 5 at the moment. So they could be number 6. Yeah. Don't know. But they've got a new reboot of Army of Darkness by Steve Niles, which is going to be cool, who does 30 Days of Night.
That's kind of a good mix for
I know,
Army of
and
Darkness.
he's going back to original continuity, movie continuity, basically. He's going to ignore...
So after Army of Darkness,
yeah,
he's up from
it's
there.
picking right up, and he's going to ignore everything that's been published.
Which ending of Army of Darkness, I wonder?
See, I don't think that's been
The one dropped too
yet.
many, or the S-Mart ending?
No, not the S-Mart.
Not the one dropped too far into the future?
I think so.
Ooh.
I think so. I'm not positive. I think that's what he said.
Interesting.
James Robinson's writing a new book, so he left DC. And he's writing a new book called Grand Passion. I think it's some sort of what do you call it? Oh my god, words escape me.
That's okay. Very little of your time is spent talking.
What do you call it?
I don't know.
I want to say gangster book, but it's not like a gangster book. Crime book. Crime.
Jesus.
There we go.
Oh my god.
Damn you, 5-letter words.
Tony Lee, who writes Doctor Who currently. I don't know. Do you read that book still?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
I had a hard time tracking down the Assimilation book, so I just didn't bother.
Yeah. So anyways, Doctor Who is, well, let's say this. Anyways, he writes Doctor Who currently for IDW. He's going to be writing a new Starbuck comic. I don't know if there's a lot of demand for a Starbuck comic. And I'm
Really?
not sure if it's old Starbuck or new Starbuck. I think
Or
it's
both.
old Starbuck. I don't know if they could
Starbucks in a Starbucks?
You saw that picture?
It's kind of awesome.
It was pretty cool.
It's old, but it's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, he'll be doing that. And speaking of that, Doctor Who will be, or the BBC will be ending their licensing agreement with IDW.
Huh.
There's speculation it may go to Boom, which would be like another huge coup for them.
Yeah.
Because they've been making huge inroads, acquiring Archaea Studios and RoboCop and all sorts of other things. George Perez and
a lot of movement, a lot of kind of consolidating of titles from that to different companies the last little while.
So it's kind of cool. It could be a good thing, and Mark Waid is supposedly rumored to be writing it. So that'll be cool. Not that I don't like Tony Lee.
Well, that'd be cool, Rebecca.
Yep.
Doctor Who?
I haven't read any of the Doctor Who comics, so I don't really, And I don't know who these people are that you're talking about, so I have nothing to say about it.
All right, then.
Because I don't...
All right. Howard Chaykin is doing a new Shadow miniseries.
I'm in.
He used to do the Shadow at DC, if you recall or not recall, many, many moons ago, like 30 years ago.
That's a lot of moons.
It is a lot of moons. 30 years worth. So anyways, he'll be doing a new book. It should be pretty cool, hopefully. I don't know.
I enjoyed the announcement that Harley Quinn is getting her own title.
True.
With, 18 pencilers doing the damn book?
Yeah.
As like it sounds to me like it's an audition issue. Like whose pages are going to look the best and who's going to be the regular artist on this book. It could be a little bit disjointed of a book to read if there's so many different artists. I think I read that it's going to be kind of fourth wall breaking a little, and
yeah,
I don't think it's going to be a title I'm going to pick up, but it could be an interesting first issue to get.
True.
Especially like just being so different of a book. So I think I might pick that up. I'm not sure when the release date is on that. It's got to be probably
so I guess like November, December.
Yeah, probably
or something.
after the Forever Evil stuff.
We got more crime. Dynamite's expanding their crime line like friggin' huge.
Crime line.
So they already got like Garth Ennis and all sorts of people writing. Peter Milligan's writing Terminal Hero. Dwayne Swierczynski is writing Ex-Con. Here's a cool one that you'll love. Dynamite has acquired and will be reintroducing Heroes. Remember Heroes, your favorite television series?
Show you watched twice.
I think I've actually seen about 3 times all the way through.
I like the first
all
season.
the way through. 1 to 4 plus webisodes.
We talked about this before.
It started out so well, and then... Yeah.
I didn't mind it.
A victim of its own semi-popularity.
Yeah, but I think it was the strike.
It was the writer's strike.
The writer's
killed
strike
it.
ruined it. Yeah.
The writer's strike impacted a lot of shows.
Yes, it did.
But
It killed
that's
a lot
the
of
one that
shows.
ruined the most.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
it
want to
sure
believe
did.
it was entirely because of the writer's strike.
But that was a big thing, a big part of it, though.
Oh, it was. It was a huge, like.
Well, okay, that
break
explains the second year. What about the third and
season.
fourth years that were
Well,
garbage?
I think it was already broken by then, and they couldn't.
They couldn't, for whatever reason, fix it after that point.
I don't know. Lost
why.
self-corrected kind of well.
A lot of shows did, but for whatever reason,
A lot of
Heroes
shows
just
did,
couldn't-
but a
just
lot
couldn't
of
correct
shows
itself. I don't
did
know why.
not.
I think Reaper was the biggest loss out of the writer's strike.
Oh, I know, that was so
Reaper,
sad. I
blah.
loved Reaper.
Reaper was a cool show.
It was
and
so good. And then the second season was terrible.
Yeah.
Like the father coming back as a zombie and just
Yeah, it was
ugh.
bad.
Never watched it.
It was
It was
Never
not.
watched
season 1 was awesome. Season 2, I watched a couple episodes and that was it. That was enough for me.
What else we got? Dynamite is publishing Bob's Burgers. Yeah! Bob's Burgers, the
Oh my
best
God.
animated show on television right now.
I don't know. I'm still giving that to Archer.
I don't think so.
I love Archer.
For pure laughs. Bob's
Still,
Burgers.
Archer.
Bob's Burgers. What else we
Never
got
seen
here?
an Ocelot.
Straczynski is writing a new Twilight Zone series for Dynamite. He
Pretty
used to
cool.
where for Twilight Zone in the 80s.
Yeah. Knows the
And,
material. Knows how it's supposed to go. That could be kind of neat.
Yeah, so and he's supposed to be doing some there's supposed to be arcs.
Seriously though, how has he not been pushing for Babylon 5 comic?
Because he doesn't want to do Babylon 5 comics. He said so.
Doesn't he love
He's pretty much said that's it for now.
Huh.
So
I thought he'd be hardcore into trying to get some more Babylon 5 stuff done.
hard to
but-
say.
So at least this year there seemed to be a lot of actual comic book news.
Oh yeah. Alice Cooper, new comic book with Dynamite.
We don't really care about
Really?
that.
Alice Cooper, man. Alice Cooper.
He's gonna be at Fan Expo.
Oh yeah?
Yep.
Alice Cooper's cool. More Dynamite news. Robotech coming back, crossing over with Voltron. Yeah! That's gonna be awesome!
Should be okay.
It'll be sweet. A robot made of lions, and then just another robot battling.
Isn't there a tremendous scale difference though between those two concepts?
I don't think
Voltron
so.
a lot bigger than a Robotech robot.
Hard to say. I think they're roughly the same.
Hmm.
Roughly the same. I don't know.
Well, it was
It
good
should be
that,
pretty sweet.
like I said, it was good that comics seemed to have a nice presence there.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, we all know what the big draw of Comic-Con now is.
And what is that?
It's all the movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get to that later though, because there's lots more, Gary. Lots more comics.
So there was like a lot of comic book news going on, which is good to see.
There was. So I'll just zip through it. the main, maybe not everything's to everyone's whatever, but anyways.
know
Dark
what that
Horse
meant, but okay.
Ghost is getting a new ongoing. Vampire Diaries, Rebecca?
Vampire Diaries.
I have
New-
seen 1/8 of an episode of that show.
I've seen every episode. They're
Of
amazing.
course you have. No, wait, it's a vampire. What's the other one?
True Blood?
Maybe it's that one I've seen. Maybe I haven't seen Vampire Diaries. Which
You
is
started watching True Blood because you liked it, and then you never watched it again.
Did I?
Yeah.
Said you did.
True Blood is with Anna Paquin, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the one that's not on Netflix. Maybe Vampire Diaries is the one that's... Yeah, because I remember there was she was in a cemetery with a diary. Clearly that was Vampire Diaries now I think about it.
Very good.
I didn't really like it. Ian Somerhalder is in it, and that guy just...
I love Ian Somerhalder.
So, DC Digital, new stuff, Vampire Diaries included, new weekly digital comic, also going to make it into print at some point.
Same as, like, Injustice is...
Yeah, exactly, just like Injustice. Scooby-Doo meets Batman and Robin. Scooby-Doo.
Batman and Robin 66 or Batman and Robin Joel Schumacher?
I don't know, I think just current Batman and Robin, perhaps.
Well, there is no current Batman and Robin.
Who cares? Whatever.
I'm assuming it's the 66.
Some Batman and Robin.
Although, like, Scooby-Doo meeting Damien would be really cool if they set it back in time a
He'd
little
probably kill the dog.
bit. Probably. No, he loves dogs. He's a vegetarian. Remember Bat Cow?
No.
What?
I've heard of
Remember
Bat
he
Cow,
found a cow
but...
at a slaughterhouse that had, like, a little little mask on?
But you also have to remember, I don't read this new 52, except for $2. So...
Yeah, but was that pre-reboot? I think it was Batman Inc.
I don't know.
Bat Cow.
And Teen Titans Go, new digital comic, so that's kind of cool.
Titans.
That was a good show.
Still, that's a good show.
Rebecca, do you know anything about Plants vs. Zombies?
I played the game a little while ago, but I haven't heard anything new.
How is it?
I like it.
It's like a real-time strategy style
Yeah,
thing, right?
it's fun if you have like 10 minutes and you want to play like a level or something like that. It's not super in-depth or anything. It's just it's a fun little game.
That's alright. It's getting a comic book as well. 6-issue
How are they gonna
series
do
from
there?
Dark Horse. I have
There's an
no
Angry Birds
idea.
comic book, so they
It's
can do a
just
comic
Plants versus Zombies for 6 issues.
I don't understand.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know
They
how
get
they're
an
gonna
origin
either.
story.
Just because like all it is you have zombies coming at you and you put these plants down and they shoot stuff at the zombies and that's all it is.
Yeah.
But why are the zombies attacking the plants? You don't know. What are their motivations?
They're not attacking the plants. They're attacking the house and you put the plants up to
Why are they attacking the house?
People in the house?
people in the house.
How'd they get in the house? Origin story.
There you go. That's what the comic is about. We solved it for you, Dark Horse. We should be your writers.
Hire us. One of us has nothing else going on.
IDW has a lot of new artist editions. You know what those are, right?
Yes, I love those.
Those are amazing. They use the original artwork in the original size.
There's a Hellboy one coming out, I saw.
Yeah, Hellboy, The Max, Star Slammers, another Spider-Man by Ramita, which is going to be cool.
Junior
classic...
or...
No, original Ramita.
Okay. So I didn't know original was tied to Ramita as opposed to the art in that sentence.
Okay. Well, sorry. Ramita Senior.
The OG Ramita.
That's right. A classic Marvel covers book, which would be cool. Ooh. And Basil Wolverton's Horizontal Weird Worlds and Bone as well, actually.
Nice.
Dark Horse new Prometheus ongoing comic. Prometheus? That's the one you always wanted. You love the movie, you'll love the comic. Right? 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 Right?
No.
Note the look on Gary's face is just complete disinterest.
Like
and...
Heroes? Right? Right? Halo.
2 books we don't need.
Halo ongoing. Those who love to play Halo.
Of course.
Love to read the comic. Right?
Never gonna do that either.
Right?
Game was fun. I think the narrative alone is fine within the game, not necessarily needing...
Tomb Raider
Minis
coming
are okay.
back. Tomb Raider in comic form by Gail
cool.
Simone, though.
Yeah, that's got my interest.
So that'll be not bad,
Yeah,
actually.
I love her writing. I met her. She's awesome.
Hopefully it'll be cool.
Speaking of little Tomb Raider thing, I don't think it was mentioned at Comic-Con or anything, but Marty Noxon, a veteran writer from Buffy the Vampire Slayer,
Oh, yeah?
is writing the Tomb Raider reboot movie.
Oh, that's cool.
Woo!
So it'll get some actual decent writing.
Yes.
That's cool.
And hopefully a decent actress.
Hopefully.
Oh, no kidding.
For fans of Marvel's old Alien Legion, which...
All 4 of you.
Yeah, I wasn't a very big fan. But it's coming out again from Titan. So that's okay. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. New comic coming out.
Sequel to Fight Club graphic novel by Palahniuk coming out.
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting. I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Yeah. A new Dave Sim, who did Cerebus, called
Rebecca,
The
keep it
Strange Death of Alex Raymond comic coming out. Slayground by Darwin Cook, new Parker novel coming out.
Nice.
That should be pretty cool. The Parker books have been amazing. Walt Simonson, if anyone remembers his Thor run, which everyone should remember it, because it was phenomenal. You can buy it in a great big giant Marvel omnibus or in singles trades. You can go buy it in back issue bins. You can buy it Marvel Digital. You can buy whatever. Buy them. New series from IDW called Ragnarok in the summer of 2014. It's all about, well, Norse gods.
Yeah.
His take on, well, his continual take on Norse gods and stuff. So it should be kind of cool, actually. He's got a version of Thor in there. It's not Marvel Thor, but whatever. Yeah, that'd be alright.
They technically don't own the name Thor. Do they?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's trademarked.
24, not only is it coming back to TV, it's also coming back to
I
comics.
thought it was coming to a movie, not TV.
Kind of TV.
Yep.
Really?
I thought they'd go a movie.
No, they scrapped
How did
that.
that
They
do?
couldn't
So it's
do it.
like, is it not a series is coming back again? Or?
Yeah. Except
Wow.
it'll be
Limited series style.
a half season, I think, and it will be
12.
every
series.
something like second hour or whatever. It won't be
So it's called 12.
every minute of every hour. Yeah, something like that, or 2 hours for every 1 hour. I don't know, something like that.
48?
No, that's 2 days, Rebecca. That's 2 days.
Oh, yeah, clearly I've never seen the show, so whatever.
Okay.
But you know math.
I don't know.
Eric Schenauer, who does the Oz for Marvel books, and Gabriel Rodriguez, who does Lock and Key.
Yes.
We'll be doing Little Nemo Return to Slumberland, which would be kind of cool. One of the original comics back, like, forgetting 80 years ago.
Mhm.
That might, I don't know. It might be alright. Grant Morrison has a new
Of course he does.
motion comic called 18 Days. I don't know. Grant Morrison's hit and miss with me. How about you?
Yeah.
Hit and miss.
Yeah. Some of his stuff I utterly love, like also Superman. Some of his
Yeah.
stuff I really could take a pass on, like his new 52 Superman, as good as it
Yeah.
is.
Exactly. New Topco stuff. Mark Silvestri, new book called The Magi, will launch on Free Comic Book Day next year.
Excellent.
Hopefully it's okay. Matt Hawkins, new book called Control the Clock with Colleen Doran. Deals with exponential rising populations in the world. That might be alright, I would
Topical.
say. Wildfire, about eugenics. Team Witchblade, because we needed a new Witchblade
Oh, yeah.
book.
So one thing you need more of, it's Witchblade.
What's wrong
Yep.
with Witchblade? What's wrong with it? I read a little
It's
bit.
not... Okay, it's
I
not
think it's really
terrible,
wrong.
but it's just...
It's a 90s book.
Yeah, for me...
Screams old school.
Yeah, when I think of it, that's what I think of as 90s. I don't think of something current. Like, when I think of X-Men, I mean, X-Men is old, Avengers is old, you know,
But
whatever.
they're timeless.
But they move forward, it seems, where that just always seems stale.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
So-
I don't know.
I don't know either. But anyway, so yeah, Team Witchblade. Woo!
Don't take my trademark rude, Geoff.
I like the little
I
bit,
know.
that I read.
So, some post-Comic-Con news. John Romita Jr. has been offered Superman because his contract is coming up at Marvel. So DC's like, hey, come do Superman for us.
No.
Not only that, write and draw. Twice the goodness.
Wait, whoa. They just... Who did they just... No, Greg Pak's on action, right?
Yeah, it's Lobdell on the regular Superman book. Scott Lobdell.
I don't know how I feel about him writing and drawing it. Do you think he'll
Do
take
you
it?
like Scott Lobdell?
He hasn't done bad. I mean, the main Superman title has just been kind of directionless since the reboot anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, he's doing the best that he can with it. I don't know how I feel about Junior being on there, though.
So...
If he wasn't the writer as well, I'd be a little bit more interested.
yeah.
But having him solo the damn thing...
Yeah, I don't know.
Especially with with Greg Pak
I know.
writing action.
It won't live up to all the other books.
No.
Although, speaking of the other books, Mahmoud Asrar left Supergirl as the artist.
Meh.
He's an awesome artist, though.
Yeah, Supergirl, who cares?
What are you talking about? Actually, I think he made that book, really.
Meh.
Currently.
Meh. Meh. Meh.
And Justin Jordan walked off the Superboy book. So now that's writerless.
Again, meh.
Don't like Superboy, eh?
Yep.
How dare you? That's Superman before he was a man.
No, it's not.
I know, not anymore.
It's a half clone of his future son.
I know. This book could be cool or not cool. Longshot saves the Marvel Universe.
Nope.
It might be.
Won't be cool.
It might be,
Won't be
though.
cool.
I think it might be.
Longshot is, again, as we just discussed about Witchblade, a character created in the 90s that reeks...
80s.
Whatever. But he became mainstream-ish and popularized in the 90s, and he reeks of a 90s character.
I don't know. He's been in Peter David's X Factor run the last however many years. Fantastic. He is hilarious.
Pretty sure that wasn't just because of Longshot. The book was fantastic.
You're correct.
You look at all the factors, the factors in that book
is amazing in that book.
Now you chime in. Thanks, Rebecca.
Well, sometimes she is very relevant, Gary. And this moment, I must say, she is. Congrats, Griff. Congrats.
Thank you.
Here's a book you will like. Amazing X-Men by Jason Aaron and Ed McGuinness. Featuring the return of Nightcrawler. Yeah.
Finally, an explanation of the BAMs.
I know.
Which I'm looking forward to.
So it's got Wolverine, Storm, Beast, Firestar, Iceman, North Star, and Nightcrawler.
It's a lot of X-Men books. I don't know if I can really get another X-Men book.
I can make room for that, I think.
Why? It just seems like every book Marvel does now is either an X-Men or an Avengers book.
Well, they also said they're posing to make Firestar a huge character, which I love, because I love Firestar.
I don't
love
care
her.
About her at all.
Spider-Man and his amazing friends.
That's the only reason you care about her as a character.
Iceman, Firestar.
That is the only reason.
You need an introduction to characters somewhere, and that was an awesome introduction. She was awesome. She was
she's
hot.
Nothing like that in the book.
She was. Yes, she is like that in the books. She's amazing. Hello, New Warriors.
So
yeah.
No.
Yes.
Just trying to make Sunfire like an Avenger. No.
Yes.
Sunfire should not be an Avenger.
No. He should.
Firestar should not be an X-Man.
But he's not an Avenger. He's an uncanny Avenger. Haha. He's an X-Men / Avenger.
Second part of that sentence.
X-Avenger. Avenger Man. He's an A-Man.
There's a lot of connotations behind that. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good book with Aaron writing it. I am a big fan of his work. Left, right, and center. Everything he does, I enjoy. Yeah. But it's adding a lot more X-Men books than I can really sustain from a financial viewpoint, and I think that could be one that goes.
True. So that's pretty much it for the main comic booky announcements of SDCC.
I don't think much else comic booky happened. I think we covered it.
Pretty much. There was
a
lot, though. I mean, that's a lot of announcements. Yeah. So, yeah, it was pretty cool. All right, so movies and TV. Comic-Con, lots of stuff there.
Which, like, yeah, it seems to be taking over. But I'm kind of cool with that. I'm kind of cool with it being... I mean, it makes it a bit more difficult to probably get into Comic-Con now, we ever decide to
I can't imagine the smell there.
Just the mass of humans.
The sweat. Stale
people
farts.
Sweating and just...
I think it's the fresh farts I'd be more worried about.
Actually... True.
Either way, it's not nice. Either way, fresh or stale, not a good smell.
And there are cosplayers that probably aren't wearing pants.
Well, so and like people waiting in line for so long, I'm sure there's not a ton of bathing going on.
Speaking of cosplayers, there's a new show coming out in Sci-Fi, cosplaying type show. Can't remember what it's called though. I'm gonna have to look.
I'm gonna go with cosplayers.
World of Cosplay, I think maybe, or something like that.
You know,
looks awesome. I'm gonna watch it.
Is it like a reality show then?
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, they filmed at all the Comic-Cons and stuff like this or whatever to make this show. Yaya Han, I don't know if you're part of her on Facebook. No? Yes?
No.
Awesome cosplayer. Holy crap. Part of the show. You'll be amazed.
Nice.
I'll take a look at it then.
Anyways, So some big films announced.
And there was some cool, like they started the viral marketing for a few that are closer than some of the big announcements.
Yeah.
Like the Trask Industries stuff. They've recently done a bit of an update to their viral marketing website as well. They've got some footage of Peter Dinklage and like a 50 years of Sentinel program. They had a Sentinel head on display, which was really cool. I kind of like the design. It got me kind of hyped for Days of Futures Past a bit more now. They had the Godzilla encounter at Comic-Con, where it was kind of like like a museum display thing.
I can't wait for that movie.
I know. They had some like scale model stuff. They weren't really sure if it was actually from the movie because they haven't shown what Godzilla looks like.
I love giant monster movies.
I'm kind of disappointed that they're going the same route as the last American Godzilla one, where it was, we're not going to show you what Godzilla looks like. Let's f***ing show us. Just do it. You said I got one.
I didn't say one.
Whatever. But just show us the we know generally what it's going to look like. Just show us the damn thing. Yeah. Don't hide him behind fog and smoke. We've seen some.
We'll see.
But Bryan Cranston's in it, so I'm automatically like on board. But I'm looking forward to that a lot. I'd like to have seen any more of the footage. Like I want to see a trailer or something for this movie. Yeah. It looks so good.
When's it coming out?
I think next year. I think it's
sure
2014.
Soon, then.
I think so too. Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna start gearing up pretty quick. So
it should be cool.
Yeah. But obviously the two biggest things coming out of Con for movie news was our new Avengers 2 subtitle.
Age of Ultron, yeah!
Don't celebrate, Geoff. Has nothing to do with it.
Yeah!
Are you celebrating that has nothing to do with the comic book arc?
Yeah!
Exactly. Thank you. I've read that and I'm like, oh, what?
I'm actually pretty happy about that.
Yeah, nothing to do with it. I'm not quite sure how thrilled I am that there's no Hank Pym.
That'll be different. Yes.
Having kind of Tony Stark lead to the creation of Ultron.
Vin Diesel, yeah!
I'm still waiting. I'm not...
He'll be Ultron.
No.
Yeah.
No, Ultron's gonna be just CG minimum.
But I heard he might be the voice.
I'd be alright. I'd be alright with that. He has, like I said before,
he has a nice deep
voice. He has a good robotic monotone voice. I believe that's on film, me saying that. So yeah.
Apologies, Mr. Diesel, for his obscenity towards you.
I'm kind of psyched that it's not about the comic book series, but a little bit let down that there's no Pym. I mean, we're probably getting Pym in the Ant-Man movie. I know Iron Man is where their bread is buttered, but do we have to tie a villain to Tony as well for the Avengers? But I trust in Whedon. I think he's got a good story in mind, and the fact that we're getting Ultron is gonna be really cool.
Yeah,
especially when it was kind of everyone thought, oh, it's gonna be Thanos right off the hop. But I'm looking forward to it. I mean, we've got some cool new characters, new additions to it. I'm hoping they kind of tie it into the TV show. It'll be kind of neat. I mean, there's going to be some little bits here and there. I mean, even if it's like little subtle things about... Keep dragging that on, that's fine.
I'm going to.
Even if it's like little subtle nods about like some weird glitchy AI thing in Stark Industries, things like that. I mean, Jarvis could be Ultron, like the whole Jarvis AI could
You have faith in that TV series. I
do.
Can't believe it. I do not have any
Joss
faith
Whedon
whatsoever
on TV.
in it.
What's not to
It's
be...
a comic book television series where
Written by
99% of them have failed horribly. I can't
You just
see
professed your love for heroes.
for
For 4 years.
But it wasn't based on a comic book.
It
Big
was
difference.
a comic book.
After the fact.
No, the
not
whole
previously.
thing ripped off comic books left, right, and center.
Yeah, that's fine. But
This
it was
has a
not
built-in
a previous
billion-dollar audience.
Will it follow it, though? That's the question.
Yeah,
and
pretty
will
sure
it
it
live
will.
up to the hype? And will it be any good?
I think it would.
Lots of factors.
They've done some good casting. They've got some good stories that Whedon's probably mapped out for them. I think there'll be definitely a drastic change in the tone and maybe the quality of the episodes after Whedon's done with the pilot, because a lot of his shows you can tell which ones he wrote and directed and which ones he didn't.
What about you, Ming? I mean, Griff.
Thanks. Thanks a lot. You're a dick.
How long you waiting to use that one, Geoff? How long? How long you been waiting?
For what?
To use the Ming
call me Ming?
reference.
I don't know. It just came to me all of a sudden.
Okay.
It's totally true, though. I'm totally the Ming of the group, for sure.
What are you talking about?
You are. I am, for sure.
I don't know.
It's not me.
No, it's me.
Yay.
What do you think of it? You gonna like the TV show? What do you think?
if it's gonna be, because I love the movie, so if it is gonna be similar to, I don't know, we'll see. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think people going into it expecting like Hulk and Iron Man to show up are going to be disappointed. But if
To
you
this
go in
day,
expecting an espionage spy
I still have not
show,
watched a single trailer for that show. Not one.
maybe you should then decide how it
I haven't
looks.
seen trailers either, but I'll give it a shot.
All I see when I think of that is classic Flash show, Swamp Thing television series, Mantis. Remember Mantis on Fox?
Mantis was based on a comic first,
I know it
Vaguely.
wasn't.
I never watched
But
it.
that's what I see when I think of this.
and the Flash
Mantis.
TV show is actually pretty good for the time.
Yeah.
Don't speak ill of Dawson's dad.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, it's totally Dawson's
Oh, that's
dad.
Flash, not Mantis.
You said Flash.
Yeah, I know.
just say
I'm not
Flash.
talking about Mantis being good for.
Oh, that's
was
what I
good for
thought you were
no
talking
time.
about. Mantis.
I believe I specifically said Flash. But of course, the biggest news out of Comic-Con.
I don't think it was the biggest news.
Really?
Because you're a DC fan, so it's big for you.
No. I'm pretty sure you'd ask anybody that was watching news
I
from
don't
Comic-Con.
think
The
Anyway,
biggest.
just
Exactly, Griff. Let's get to the point here.
Yeah.
What is it, Gary? What is your big announcement?
I don't have any announcements. I'm telling you, the biggest news from San Diego Comic-Con was the big Batman and Superman movie. Wait, how can you be
I don't think that was the biggest news.
What do you think was the biggest then?
I'm more excited about Alice Cooper getting a comic book series than I am about Superman Batman.
You're so lucky that you told me to stop swearing during these.
note the look of disgust on Gary's face at this moment,
Heroes getting a new series is more exciting than Superman
and
Batman.
more disgust.
You are so full of every
Awesomeness.
possible piece of shut up.
Excrement.
How?
It'll be all right.
There was no announcement at the con that had more people talking or was more shocking than that. Because nobody saw that coming. We
Yeah.
knew we were going to get a Marvel
Everyone thought
announcement
it'd be JLA. That's true.
or a Superman sequel. I
Well.
think this is the type of thing that DC needed to do. Because if they did a JLA movie, it's like, oh, they're copying
They're
Avengers.
copying, exactly.
But DC has these two characters that are
Icons.
the face of their company. Marvel doesn't have that. They have the rotating character roster. One year it's Spider-Man, next it's Wolverine, then it's Hulk, then it's back to Cap. But DC has those two pillars. I mean, Wonder Woman should be in there as well. But
should be, but they might put her in a third movie,
Yeah.
right into a Trinity type thing.
that would be awesome. But as far as something that DC can do to separate them from what Marvel is doing, this is great for them. And it took everyone by surprise. It's got them talking. I think it even some people now have like a rosier view of Man of Steel now because they're so looking forward to this.
But the other thing too is the recasting. They have to get someone awesome.
I don't know. I would prefer someone at the Henry Cavill level.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But he's got to look the part.
Yeah,
he's
can't
got to
take
be
away
the
from
part,
Cavill.
right? He's
Yeah.
got to be.
There's some names that I've seen kicking around on the interwebs, like Ian Somerhalder was one of them.
Actually, the name I saw was the guy from Teen Wolf, the television series.
No,
What?
crap, no.
Like the main kid?
Yeah, the Teen Wolf
I was-
himself.
No,
The
no.
guy that
that's
plays
just
Jamie
no.
Lannister, I've seen his name kind of kicked around to some hopeful wishes. I think that would be awesome.
That'd be all
I
right.
think he'd be really cool. But I mean, there's a lot of good. I don't want him to go super young. I don't know
No.
I don't know.
Well,
Well,
the kid from
hard to
Teen
say.
Wolf looks like he's 12,
Yeah.
so that's not gonna work.
I don't know. I don't know which way they'd probably play it. Like, do you think this Batman would have already been in active duty before Superman shows up, or do you think he'd spring into action now that there is a Superman?
Don't know though, because we don't know if they're gonna ignore the previous three movies or not. If it's a new continuity.
Oh, it is. It's a new continuity.
Whatever.
They've already
so-
said that. Man
Plus, they're in different cities, so we won't know anything.
Well, we
yet.
know that Bruce Wayne is around in Man of Steel
Yeah.
because of the Wayne satellite.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that could be like that. He could get kind of pissy that these two aliens broke his crap and come to Metropolis. I mean, they could even play like him taking an affront to Superman because, you know, all the citizens that he let die.
True.
He could side with Luthor at the beginning of the movie. It would be kind of cool. Like Bruce Wayne and Luthor teaming up against the alien. That could be a neat little twist. I'm kind
So
of
it's a continuation of Man of Steel?
it is
Yeah, it's
the
the next
Man
one.
of Steel sequel.
Oh, okay.
And I'm hoping they don't call it Versus. Like,
I don't think they're calling it Versus.
if anything, they'll probably call it Superman Batman, like Slash or something.
Yeah, that's it.
I really wish they call it World's Finest,
Yeah.
but they won't. I mean, maybe they will, because they called Man of Steel Man of Steel. Didn't mention Superman anywhere in the title, so it could be cool naming this the world's finest and just having the logo,
That's
which
possible.
I thought was cool.
Mm-hmm.
They're set to take inspiration from Dark Knight Rises, so
I don't know.
I mean, there's going to be a knockdown.
It was
drag
big
out.
news. For me, it wasn't the most exciting news.
I think it's utterly fantastic. Even if they're taking just thematical parts from Dark Knight Rises, not necessarily like the age difference, dystopian world or whatever, but just the fact that we're getting a Superman Batman movie, and they announced that there's going to do a Flash movie. Yeah.
Which kind of sucks too, though, because now they've put Wonder Woman on the back burner to make room for Flash.
Yeah.
So...
I don't know why DC has such a hard time pushing Wonder Woman.
They've been trying for years to
get... Yeah, exactly. They've had, what, 2 stalled TV series?
Yeah.
Joss Whedon couldn't get the movie made, which DC's got to be kicking
And the most successful Wonder Woman movie so far is a porno. So...
with a better costume.
With an
I just don't understand why it's so difficult to get that thing off the ground.
I think it's the female part. Every person that has any say or pull in the entertainment industry is so terrified of having a female character. It's the same in video games.
Yeah.
With Elizabeth from Bioshock, they couldn't put her on the cover. Ken Levine had to fight to get her on the back cover. Ellie from The Last of Us, not originally on the cover because they didn't want to have like a girl in the game.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Like, what the hell?
Well, I don't know.
Wonder Woman should be on equal footing with the other two.
Although,
as much as I love Flash, we should not have a Flash movie before Wonder Woman.
Now that they've pushed Superman Batman back, they've pushed that to 2015. That'll make
always
an
2015.
even more crowded schedule.
It was always 2015.
No, Superman 2 was supposed to be 2014, and
that
JLA
was never
was supposed
going
to
to
be
happen.
2015.
That was rumored.
But that's what they said.
Nobody said that. Internet speculation.
Anyways,
you could not get a sequel to Man of Steel
now
out
that
in
it's been pushed to
2014.
2015.
It wasn't pushed.
We also have Avengers: Age of Ultron, like you said already, Ant-Man, Star Wars 7, Jurassic Park 4, boo.
I don't know, that could be cool.
Come on, give it a shot.
No, wait, man. The other 3 were...
The first one
The
was
other
awesome.
2 were blah. The first one is still an amazing
First
film.
one is amazing.
I don't know.
The first one is classic Spielberg. It holds up
Warcraft.
just like E.T.
Warcraft, I'm not really looking forward to that either.
With the trailer and the demo thing they showed off, that Duncan Jones showed off at Comic-Con, it apparently looked amazing.
So, but I could, what I don't get, because World of Warcraft is huge. So are they focusing on one specific?
I got a feeling they're gonna call it World of Warcraft just for brand recognition, but it's gonna take a lot of story cues from like Warcraft 1, 2, and 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just because those are the ones with the straight-laced narrative that they could pull
Because I was
from.
going to say, World of Warcraft is, depending on which faction.
Oh,
or
yeah.
which,
WoW was built on the narrative of Warcraft 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that'd be brand it World of Warcraft, but boom, there's your narrative from 1, 2, and 3.
I never played 1, 2, and 3, so
You'll recognize characters.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah.
We got James Bond 24, whatever that's called. Skyfall 2, Return of Skyfall.
Hopefully, it just Alba plays the bad guy at least.
That'd be awesome.
Because he's too old to play Bond now.
Pirates 5.
Nope.
Blah.
Johnny Depp gets another paycheck.
terrible.
Isn't that Lone
Come
Ranger
on.
2?
Hmm?
Isn't that Lone Ranger 2, Pirates 5?
Maybe. We'll see. Terminator, whatever they're calling that one.
I am looking... If that movie pans out to how the rumored approach is, I'm psyched for it.
It should be cool. Independence Day 2? Yeah! Woo!
Really?
Woo! I don't know. We'll see. I wonder if it's got Randy Quaid back from the dead.
Oh, Jesus.
Zombie
Is he-
Quaid?
Didn't he, go to jail and stuff, though?
Probably.
Randy Quaid?
I don't know.
He
Not
was,
in the movie.
He was
in real
in
life.
real life. He and his wife were, wanted for...
Oh, yeah!
for
Oh,
stealing
yeah,
and
that's
shit.
right.
Like domestic stuff. And
If any of you know what's
stealing.
happened to
Yeah.
Randy Quaid, please get in touch.
He...
Randy
With the
Quaid, if you're
producers of
listening,
Independence Day 2.
please call us. Well, I guess you can't call us. Email us. Or
Comment
something.
on this video if you're
That's
Randy
right.
Quaid.
Randy Quaid, get in touch. We'll do an interview.
By phone.
Hunger Games, Mockingjay, Part 2, which I didn't
Whoa,
know
whoa,
they
hang on.
split that into 2.
Hang on.
Well,
They're getting Catching Fire. Is there one between Catching Fire and Mockingjay?
no. But they're making Mockingjay into 2 parts.
So we're getting 3 Hunger Games movies between now and 2015.
Well,
Sounds like
That's
Catching Fire's coming out this fall.
Yeah.
Mockingjay Part 1 will probably come out next year, and
That's
then Mockingjay
right.
Part 2 will
That
come
makes
out in
sense.
2016.
Wow.
That's not bad.
1 per year.
I can't wait. That'll be awesome.
I'm excited.
They have a budget this time, so...
The movie every child has asked for, Finding Dory. Mm?
Oh, I'm excited for it.
I'm not really.
Incredibles 2 on that list anywhere? No, it isn't. Moving
Assassin's
on.
Creed? Anyone
With-
ask for that
Really?
one?
They're
Fassbender?
making-
Yeah.
Really?
I'll see. I wouldn't mind watching Michael Fassbender climb around ancient Rome, stabbing dudes in the neck for a couple hours.
I'll try it out.
I'm alright with it.
It'll be alright.
Yeah.
The new Fantastic Four, whatever that might be. Remember,
I
Mark
don't
Miller's
know.
sort of in charge of this universe now, right?
Yeah, I know.
I never saw any of the
Slate
other
of
Fantastic
films.
Four movies.
You don't have to have.
That's what I heard they blew, so...
They weren't terribly awful.
Fantastic Four, I got both of them right
Yeah,
there.
Yes, you do.
They're
Standard
terrible, but not terribly
editions.
awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they had some cool things in it, like the Silver Surfer was cool no matter what you do.
It
with
was alright, yeah.
Voiced by Lawrence Fishburne.
Tom Hanks, big return. Inferno, the third Da Vinci Code movie.
Oh, man.
What else you got? So I can skip the theater that weekend?
Well, I saw the first one. Boring. Haven't seen the second one.
I like the second one, actually.
I haven't seen it. I haven't read the book for
Ein
the
Helles
second
and
And
one.
then 4 movies the Griff has asked for. Kung Fu Panda 3, Smurfs 3, Alvin and
Yay.
Chipmunks 4, and Cinderella.
Cinderella.
Yep. I don't know. Probably live action.
I was gonna say, like...
Again, 3 Smurfs movies, no Wonder Woman film.
Kung Fu
Yeah.
Panda, I wouldn't... Because I like those movies. I thought they were cute. Smurfs,
know.
no.
Jack Black gets another payday.
I know.
I like Kung Fu
So-
Panda. It's cute.
Of all these movies, how are they going to be releasing these movies during the summer? Like,
Well,
I
the
mean,
summer's super long now, you know. It starts in, like, April, and then it goes to, like, September.
they're going to have to, because the movie companies are not going to want to put their movies up against any other movie on that list.
Nope.
Like,
Well,
Not
you-
unless you know you can...
Well, there's what? There's about 15 or so movies. There'll be one a week. So at least 15 weeks. 3 months worth of movies.
Well, I mean, you could put, like...
There'll be
you
Smurfs
could put-
and
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
put stuff up against the computer animated one because they're not quite the same
they'll
demo.
pull a different audience.
Yeah.
You're not going to get, like, Batman, Superman, and Avengers 2 in
But-
the same week.
No.
That's the
that
thing.
was stupid.
It's hard to say because we've had some surprises this year. Like, was it Grown Ups 2 beat the hell out of Pacific Rim?
Really?
If you
Like-
saw Grown Ups 2 instead of Pacific Rim, punch yourself.
In the face.
And then go tell someone that you did this, and then they can punch you as well.
I know one fan who listens to this podcast did indeed go see Grown Ups 2 instead of Pacific Rim.
Punch yourself.
I did indeed know someone like that.
It was really bad.
You
wasn't
are
it? Or
wrong
shitty
for
reviews,
doing
right?
that. Yep, wrong
Yeah,
for doing
Yeah,
that.
I know. I know.
It got really bad reviews, right? I'm assuming.
Which
Grown
one?
Ups
Grown Ups
2?
too.
Obviously.
It got
Okay.
the worst reviews in the history of mankind.
Wow.
Pretty much.
Wasn't the
Almost.
lowest rated Adam Sandler movie ever, though.
No.
Well, there's some pretty good, like, Jack and Jill.
Yeah.
Really?
And that's the thing. Like,
That's my
some
boy.
animated films beat the crap out of other films. So, you can't say...
Although there is a slight chance that
Guaranteed.
during the summer, we are going to see Star Wars, Avengers, and Batman Superman on a theater board to choose from.
That would be awesome at
Like,
the drive-in.
That is
Oh, that would be
like,
amazing
I
at the
will
drive-in.
buy VIP tickets to all 3 of them and spend the day at the theater.
I like the drive-in idea.
Yeah.
I've never seen a drive-in movie in my
What?
life.
Really?
Never.
It's been a long time since I've seen a drive-in movie, but they're fun.
Never been to one. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've lived in towns and cities that have drive-in theaters. Never been to one.
Well, maybe.
I have only been driving for 5, 6, 7 years, so I mean, maybe that's
Still,
part
though.
of it. But
Hmm.
I just never, I never really appealed to me that much.
The last time I went, I was in high school because it was when Wild America came out with Jonathan Taylor Thomas and Devon Sawa.
Nerd.
And then I think there was
Wow.
I think there was a Batman movie or something like that came out the same year. And
You got a few to pick from.
But no, they play more than one. They play
No, okay.
two or three in the
Yeah.
night, and then
Well, after my experience seeing the Wolverine last night, there is some validity to sitting in your own car listening to the movie as opposed to in a theater full of idiots.
yeah.
True enough.
Mm-hmm.
Kids, turn off your damn cell phones when you're at the movie.
Yes, public service announcement. Shut them off or I will throw them away.
Also, keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
You know.
How about you don't talk? Try that.
I don't say this because I may be a bit older than some of you children.
Some
But,
of you little children's.
but, I like silence while watching the movie. If it's funny and you're laughing, laugh away. If it's scary and you're like screaming your head off, fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. Don't be talking on your phone or texting and lighting the whole theater up.
I don't want to hear what groceries you're getting tomorrow.
Exactly. I will go and get the usher, and I will have you thrown out. And I've done it before.
As you
That
should.
does not surprise me.
Yep. Because I don't put up with nothing. I'm there to watch a movie, and I paid my hard-earned dollars for it.
Especially now when they're like $15.
Earned.
No, but I mean, movies are so
dollars.
expensive now.
Hard-earned dollars.
But I mean, movies are so expensive now. You don't like it, to spend $15 on a movie and then have to listen to people talking the entire way through. That's ridiculous. You shouldn't have to deal with that crap.
I miss the days of actual ushers.
So, anyways,
we got a 2015 to look forward to. Let's get the rest of 13 out of the way. Blow through 14. Let's get to 15. Countdown to 2015 starts right now.
How many days is that?
It's too
Calculate
many.
it.
395.
I think it's been
Yeah. I don't know.
All right. So, enough. That was SDCC movies.
That was San Diego Comic-Con.
That was quite a few announcements.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I would one day like to go to them. I feel that if we were to go and do the show from Comic-Con, we'd have to leave, say, November.
Yeah.
To start getting in line to get in to see one thing, especially if we want to get into Hall H.
That's true.
Because that's where all the big stuff happens, and yeah, I've said before, I would much rather go to New York Comic-Con to do a show, because it's a smaller venue, it's about the comics, and I kind of like the idea of being able to go drinking with some of the creators. That'd be
cool.
kind of cool.
So we got a bit of game news. Just a bit today, not a whole lot.
It's been kind of slow. The summer months tend to be a little slow. Everything's leading up to the big fall releases, new consoles.
That's true.
No
There's some news trickling out about fall releases, like EverQuest, EverQuest Next. Sorry, I've just blanked there,
with WoW hemorrhaging subscribers left, right, and center.
I know, eh?
Maybe a new game might come in to pull some people out.
But some games are selling crap loads. Like,
True.
Crap loads, like Bioshock Infinite.
I enjoyed my
4
Bioshock
million.
time. My PS3 crapped out on me before I managed to beat the game, and I was a little disappointed on that, so I don't really have any motivation to go back and dump more time into it. I was 3/4 of the way through. Reading about the new downloadable content that's coming out, I'm glad I didn't pre-buy the season pass, because as pretty much anyone that's played Bioshock Infinite will agree, the worst part of that game is the combat. It's not the best combat system ever designed. It's not the funnest part of that game. The first downloadable content is combat challenge maps. Sweet! Let's make an entire downloadable content about the worst part of your game.
What's so bad about it?
You don't really have a whole lot to do. It's not very fun. It's a little unfair on the higher difficulties. They have a 1990s mode where it ratchets the difficulty up way too high anyway, so I would have thought that would have been enough for the combat challenge. You've got enemies that just sneak up on you from behind you. You have a hard time figuring out where your damage is coming from. If on the regular difficulties, once you get your shield maxed out, it becomes a little too easy because you have an overshield and you can just walk through. There's no real need to use any of your powers outside of a shotgun or a sniper rifle in the game. So it's a little bit unbalanced, and just it's the weakest part of Bioshock. And to make an entire first downloadable content about what they should know because the game's been out for a while as the worst part of your game, not the best decision.
Not a good selling point.
Yeah, but the second DLC that they're putting out takes you into Rapture from Bioshock 1. So it takes Booker DeWitt and Elizabeth from Infinite and puts them into Rapture. I'm not sure if this is going to be like an in-continuity narrative thing or how that's going to happen, dream sequence, whatever. But it's not going to be the rundown, dilapidated, craptastic version of Rapture that you find yourself in the first game. It's Rapture at its height.
That's cool.
When Andrew Ryan is in control of the city, it's at its full potential. Everyone's humming along. Everyone's got I guess they're going to have all their powers still. The Atom is going to be running free in the streets. So it's going to be cool to see that style of Rapture, because we've seen it run down and dilapidated in the other two games. To see it at its height like the city in Infinite is, which Columbia, to see it like on the height of Columbia level is going to be kind of cool. So
sounds alright.
That's gonna be one of the things I'm gonna be sad about missing out on, maybe. So
unless you get a new system,
we'll see. I might be borrowing a friend of mine, so fingers crossed I can get around to see him and borrow his PS3.
Have you looked on Kijiji and stuff? Or...
I have. There are some of the neighborhoods I don't want to go to.
No, but have you seen any decent prices on Kijiji?
Not really. There have been comparable to just going to the store and buying a new one within like $30. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
And the point where it gets to be a good deal, it's I'm not walking into this neighborhood with $150 in my hand.
Yeah.
So
how much is it new right now? It's still $300.
I think $270 you can get one, but you can't buy one that's just the damn system. They're all bundles now.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
Some even have like 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
Now.
Like, I just want the system. I don't even need a controller. I already have 2 and the power brick, the HDMI. I just need the bloody box.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. You think that because these systems do have issues and stuff, you think they would be able to sell it.
Exactly.
Just, you know.
Xbox has like a light version.
Yeah.
But I can't walk into the store, buy like a 20 gig PS3 for $200.
Yeah, that's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Oh well.
So, a little disappointing.
That's alright then. So it sounds like some good points and bad points for Infinite coming up.
Yeah.
So you've been playing Neverwinter Nights, right?
I played it
in June, I guess.
Yeah, it launched. Well, I started playing when the beta came out, and I played for a good little while. I got to like level 30 or so. It's a fun game, but I'm used to playing WoW, so I'm used to WoW controls. The controls for Neverwinter are more like Skyrim.
Oh, it's all real-time combat?
Well, it's
not
like you're
punching?
You're pointing the mouse in order to see which way, and then you hit like, was it W, whatever it is, to go forward.
WASD style?
Yeah. So you're hitting the ASDW to move. So if you hit A, you're sidestepping.
Yeah.
Whereas with WoW, if you hit A, you're turning in that direction.
Do you actually have to do the combat swings and everything? It's not just go attack this and then it just like does math to figure out who wins.
Well, like you have like your main couple of attacks. You're using the left and right mouse buttons to attack, and then you have like 1 and 2 and maybe 3. I know 1 and 2 I think are bigger attacks.
Yeah.
And then 3, 4, and 5 are like where you have your potions and stuff like that, and 6 is for your mount, and so. You know, most of your time, and then there's like you can use tab for one thing, and you know.
All remappable? You're not locked into.
I'm not sure. I haven't tried because it took me long enough
thing.
to. It took me long enough to get used to that because I'm used to playing WoW. So I was like, I'm not even gonna try, you know, anything else.
Leave it as it is.
Yeah, basically. So you know, so some of the stuff because when you're. Like, I'm used to WoW where you use your mouse to click on like the map or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you move your mouse in Neverwinter, it just changes the camera angle. So if you want to like, you know,
that's annoying.
That's kind of annoying, but you know, so to click on, like if someone's inviting you to a you know a party, you have to click Shift 1 to say yes or Shift 2 to say no, kind of thing. Which
it could take a little getting used to.
It takes a little getting used to. It's a fun game. It's really you can just hold down the mouse button and you just keep shooting and whatever. I have a control wizard, which is kind of fun. Does no damage whatsoever. It's really shitty for that.
Yeah, just like a healer in WoW.
Yeah,
I'm gonna sit here.
But I like it because I wanted something ranged. Because I'm not a big fan of melee. I much prefer ranged.
I was like the opposite in WoW. I couldn't make a caster in WoW because by the time they get up close, you're terrified for your life.
Well, yeah, and that's why that's why in WoW I play hunters. I play hunters and warlocks because they're both
pets.
Yeah, and that too.
Yeah.
But you get companions I think it's when you hit a certain level you get a companion. So I have a cleric as a companion to heal me because I definitely need it.
Yeah.
And then when you hit level 30, they have Paragon Pass that you can choose. But as the last time I played, only 1 was available. That's part of the reason why I stopped playing because they haven't created the other ones yet. So I didn't want to get up to like level 60 and not have a Paragon Pass chosen.
I mean, the game has just started.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe, yeah. You know.
So like we were hoping
patches and expansion.
We were hoping that they would have the other. Cause you should have 3 to choose from. So we were hoping that you would have the other 2 to choose from when it launched. But the last time I checked, it hadn't.
So that's sucky, but whatever.
That's part of the reason why I haven't continued playing. And then they have professions, and you know, with WoW you can only choose 2 different professions. With this, you can do all of them if you want. So they got like. You know, leatherworking, like a tailoring type thing. They got alchemy. They got.
If you want to put the time in, you should be able to do more than just 2.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. But with WoW, I understand why they do it because you can make a ton of money in different professions. So everyone...
They don't want someone maxing out their time on all of them and just
well,
running
the other thing is too is because with WoW you can you make like a bag or something like that if you're a tailor. And then you can sell it in the auction for super expensive if it's a good one. If everyone can do it, then they're not going to be able to sell stuff in the auction for nearly as much.
Everything's going to drop. Yeah.
And the auction is just going to be flooded with everything.
Yeah.
With Neverwinter, there is an auction, but it's weird because there are 3 different types of currency. Like, you have gold that you get from a lot of the quests and stuff. There's astral diamonds, which is what you get for the auctions.
Okay.
And you get them from certain quests too. And then you have Zen, which is what you pay for. Like you're paying real money.
Real money, okay.
You can also trade astral diamonds for Zen, but it's like a ton of astral diamonds for a little bit of Zen. And then
kind of like Eve's economy.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I actually bought $20 worth of Zen just so I could buy some big bags because, as far as I know, the only way to get the big bags is to use Zen. So
just like the beginning levels of WoW, where you have like one bag. And
but
no
at least
way to get
with WoW though, like if you have a friend who plays or if you have a higher level character, you can buy bags and give them to their character.
Yeah.
Whereas and it's just gold, or whatever. But for this, as far as I know, you can't buy bags. So
it's great for hoarders who play those games.
So, is it worth playing then?
It's
like,
worth
would you
playing
recommend this game?
Yeah, because I mean, it's similar enough to WoW that it's fun to play.
And it's an MMO, right, online?
Yeah. And the good thing about that compared to WoW is that it's free, so you don't have to worry about paying $15 a month. And
free is really nice.
Yeah, free is really nice.
That's eventually probably where WoW's going to end up.
Yeah, because, I mean...
They're hemorrhaging people.
Well, I mean, you have all these other MMOs that are a lot cheaper or are free completely.
Or free,
So, you're going to have people who aren't going to want to play WoW because, it costs however much it is to buy the game, period, plus it's $15 a month to play, so...
That's alright.
Plus, when the Firefly social game comes out, everyone's
Firefly,
gonna bail.
Indeed.
Well,
So what's about Firefly here then?
Well, it was announced at Comic-Con. It's a social media game, like those social aspects to the game, where you get to be a captain of your ship, you get to customize your ship, fly around, do different missions. I guess they'll probably have like robbing missions, escort missions, and it's coming out for iOS and Android. They might put it on some consoles, probably like Xbox Live and PSN Network. Yeah, so it'll be like tablets and phones and.
Oh, I did hear about that.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's right.
So you might be able to like develop a background for your guy, customize your ship, different classes of ships and everything. So I mean, I'm hoping they don't let you actually be a Firefly class ship, because I don't want to see a billion Serenities flying around the universe.
Everyone's got the same thing.
It's the problem with the Marvel MMO that came out. There's like 50 Spider-Man running around. Like, there's something to be said for DC Universe Online, letting you create your own guy and then having the named guys be background characters for you.
Well, and like mentors or whatever it is.
Because then I don't want to see 50 Wolverines on my team. Like,
exactly.
Look, we're raiding the Savage Land with 13 Wolverines, 9 things. This is great.
And they all look the same then.
So is that out now?
No, it's coming out I think next year.
Oh, okay. So it's a little ways off still.
It's it could be a cool game. I mean,
is it free?
I'm not sure.
It probably won't be.
They might go. It might go to free to play, but then you can pay to get
pay
more
for
options.
Extra stuff.
It's the same thing with the South Park's the Stick of Truth.
Yeah,
it's supposed to come out sometime next year. It was supposed to come out this year, this
so
spring,
good.
and they pushed it back. Right now, there's no release date.
Well, the company went bankrupt and sold it all off. So
I'm so excited. Like they still have the little card thing at Best Buy.
Yeah,
they whited out or like crossed out the release date because they don't know when it's going to be now.
It's going to be such a good game.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited for it. It's going to be awesome.
But yeah, we're kind of in the lull doldrums of the summer months.
Yeah. No one really plays in the summer because everyone's...
Yeah.
I mean...
Playing outside with their hula hoops. And
frisbee
golf.
That's when a lot of people
and their sticks and their cans.
But
and stick bowls.
I mean, a lot of... For kids, anyway, a lot of parents want them to go outside and whatever. And for older people...
You take your laptop outside. Take your tablet out in the sun.
But I mean, and for a lot of older people, that's when you have barbecues and parties and all that stuff. Whereas once the fall starts and school starts and whatever, then you're gonna have a lot more people. And the days are getting shorter. You don't, So.
Oh. All right. So that was a good bit of gaming news. That's cool. It's stuff to look forward to, which is cool.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I mean, DS has got some good releases coming.
So we just got a little bit of TV stuff. And I think we're good.
What about movies?
What other movies have we got?
We can talk movies.
Like, what other movies have we
Well, some movie news that I am particularly thrilled about, which...
What are you thrilled about?
I haven't seen too many comments or things online. I've seen a couple little bits of this online. But there's a movie coming out. I'm not sure if it's going to be actually called this. I hope it is called Creed. It's not about the Christian rock band.
Yes.
It's about Apollo Creed's son. And it's going to have Sylvester Stallone in it as Rocky. And it's going to be Apollo Creed's son, I guess, taking up a boxing career and being mentored by Rocky. How friggin' cool is that?
It would be cooler if it was Tommy Gunn mentoring him. Yeah.
Tommy Gunn is a POS and you know it.
Tommy Gunn.
Rocky 5 didn't happen.
He'll be like,
Didn't happen.
"Hey, Creed son, remember when I mentored Tommy Gunn? See how far he went? I'm taking you farther." That's right.
Look how far Tommy Gunn could have gone if he had listened to Rock.
That's true.
So you got Apollo Creed's kid, his natural talent from his dad. Rocky's mentoring because Rocky was a champ again in 6. He was amazing. And then you've got
That was amazing.
Rocky 6 was great. And you've got him training Apollo Creed's son.
It should be pretty cool.
It's gonna be amazing.
It should be pretty cool.
And it should be such a bigger story. I'm hoping Donald Glover plays the son.
Ooh, that would be neat.
Ooh, that'd be
I'd be
cool. I love Donald
friggin'
Glover.
amazing.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
So I am hyped and psyched for that movie.
That should be cool. X-Force movie? What do you think?
We'll see. I'm more psyched about Days of Future Past.
Yeah,
Especially
but that's a given. That is coming out.
Especially after seeing the Wolverine last night.
But X-Force is on their
future
slate.
It's on there. We don't want to lose our X-Men license track of movies.
Which yesterday Mark Miller gave a quote. Did you see that? I don't know.
I did not.
He thinks there are 5 to 10.
Oh, that one.
5 to 10 golden franchises in the X-Men universe.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. Golden franchises.
X-Men?
There's X-Men, X-Force.
X-Force.
Wow, that's 2.
All right. 8 more to go.
Well, okay. Possibility X-Factor.
No.
Possibility New Mutants.
New Mutants, maybe. That's how you can reboot the franchise.
Just saying, these are possibilities.
Young mutants. Okay.
Gen
X.
Generation X, I don't know.
Yeah.
Possibly. They already had a Fox movie once upon a time.
Which version of X-Force would you like to see?
Remenders, of course.
You think it'll be the Remender version?
I don't think it will be, no. But I'd like to see it.
You think it's going to be the Cable?
It'll be Cable.
Cable Domino?
Yeah. Maybe even the current roster. Hard to say.
I'd be kind of hard-pressed to do that. Like, because you got so many characters to reintroduce. Like,
I know. But it's hard to say.
I think if to start off with an X-Force movie, it'll be characters they've never had in the films before.
So they could go solo films even. Like, again, a long
Okay,
shot.
so if we've got X-Force, we've got X-Men, obviously.
Yeah.
X-Force.
Could be X-Factor. Could be New Mutants.
Okay.
Could be...
Let's go with that. That's 4. 6 more to go.
Yeah, could you do, like, singular...
They could do singular.
I
like a Cable single.
I thought he meant franchises, like...
Well, that's what he's saying. Like, they could spin out, like, you could have a 3 for Cable trilogy type thing, like a la Iron Man.
Get Deadpool
Maybe.
in there. I do love me some
Bishop.
Cable.
Deadpool, yeah. Deadpool, I think is on the horizon.
Deadpool's supposed to happen anyway.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds is still pushing for his Deadpool movie. I don't see it happening.
Deadpool, I don't know. You could possibly have some sort of Lady X-Men movie. Maybe Storm. Maybe.
You can't get
or
a
Rogue.
Wonder Woman movie made. What are the odds of getting an X-Men movie with all female cast?
Or Gambit. A Gambit movie.
Well, he's
I don't
pretty
know.
popular, right? So,
For some reason.
Gambit's cool.
I've never been a Gambit fan.
I like
Plus, they already introduced him in X-Men Origins.
They
so
could go
we already
space-wise like Guardians of the Galaxy. They could do Starjammers.
And the Shi'ar would be really cool.
Yeah. Hard to say.
Do a real Phoenix movie.
It's hard to say. And, so you mentioned earlier the new Flash movie. Flash TV series.
Now,
Did you see
that's
that?
bizarre.
Spinning out of Green Arrow. Sorry, Arrow. Spinning out
Is
of
he
Arrow.
going to be called Green Arrow this year?
I don't think
Because
so.
It's
there
still
was
called
there was
the
the bit
Hood,
there was a
right?
bit in the trailer where he's like, I don't want to be called the Hood anymore, and he's like, oh, what do you want to be called? And he's holding a green arrow in
But then
his
maybe,
hand.
You never know. You never know.
Because Barrowman named him that in the first season,
Yes.
and he laughed it off. But he doesn't want to be called the Hood anymore.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be
Well, the Hood makes it sound like he's
criminal.
a
a criminal.
criminal,
Yeah.
yeah.
But you call himself Green Arrow, and he's literally holding a green arrow.
So there's
that'll be
spinning-
kind
they're
of
gonna
cool.
Spin off a Flash series?
Flash is supposed to
Out
be
of
in
Arrow.
episode 6,
Yes.
7, or 8 of season 2.
Oh, okay.
But there are no powers in the Arrow world.
No.
And another spoiler: Black Canary, Dinah's sister, dead sister, coming back as Black Canary. So that'll be
I'm more hyped
different.
and psyched about the Flash, though. But there are no powers
yeah,
in
that
this
doesn't
world.
make any sense. Yeah,
So.
it's just
Unless,
see.
unless they tie it into Man of Steel.
I
Which
don't
would
think
be
they're gonna do that.
Why?
'Cause
Why?
it's a TV series. They're not the same.
Not the same.
We just spent a few minutes talking about this.
So
About
but
how
it's-
Marvel's S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Avengers take place.
yeah,
Why couldn't
different.
Arrow?
Yeah,
Marvel and
but-
DC are not the same.
Why couldn't Arrow? But if they
well, because Shield is an offshoot of
The Avengers.
the Avengers.
Arrow was
whereas
not an
Well,
offshoot.
Arrow,
offshoot.
yeah, Arrow.
no, but even if it was like a news report about the destruction in Metropolis,
I doubt it.
But how do they explain two
You know
different
how they're gonna
versions?
do it? He's gonna be like in the police lab, and some chemicals are gonna fall on him, and he's
I'm-
gonna get electrocuted, and he's gonna get powers.
Yeah, but in the world they've created, they've specifically said there's no powers in the
Well,
Green
Yeah, I don't know
Arrow
how they're gonna
world.
do that.
who knows? We
Like,
have
is
to
he,
wait
is
and
he like an
find
Olympic
out.
fast runner?
Wait and find out.
But
That's all I can
how
say.
do they have two different Flashes now? DC, I think, wants to create a
Who
unified
knows?
universe. There'll be a TV Flash and a movie Flash.
They have a movie Superman and Smallville on at the same time. There you go.
Did they actually?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
pretty
they
sure
did.
Oh, yeah,
Superman
Ralph.
Returns. Yeah,
Yeah.
was out.
I guess it would have been, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Another spin-off
And that
news.
worked out so well.
I don't know if you saw Supernatural spin-off.
Really?
Woo!
Oh, isn't it?
Never seen an
Yeah.
episode.
They haven't said what it is yet. They haven't mentioned anything, who's in it, what it's about, or anything. They said they're going to be spinning off a new show out of Supernatural, probably around episode 20-ish.
I wonder who's
Is this
gonna...
the last season of Supernatural?
Nope, not yet.
What are they up to? Like 9 now?
I think
it's
so.
9, yeah.
9.
9 or 10, yeah.
That
I
show
thought-
is
what
amazing,
show?
I wonder
and it
who
gets
they're gonna-
better every year.
What, aren't they going to spin off something to do with, like, the Angels or something like that? Or the Angels are...
They haven't said. They haven't released any character info. They haven't released any details. Nothing whatsoever.
Hmm.
Just
I'm
the
excited
fact that they're
about-
going to spin it off.
I'm excited about Once Upon a Time in Wonderland.
Garbage. So, two other little bits, which I think are kind of cool.
Flash spin-off show. Hyped. Sorry,
That's
I have
not
to
it.
get that out of my, I have to get that out of my system.
Simpsons crossing over with Futurama, and Simpsons
Awesome.
crossing over with Family Guy.
Not so good.
That's awesome. I like them both. That's awesome.
The Futurama one, I like. Family Guy, I'm hesitant.
Yeah. Family Guy.
Hesitant.
Yeah, I don't enjoy that show as much as I once
I
did.
still
I'll,
do.
I'll admit I did enjoy it, but I started enjoying The Simpsons again far more, as well as South Park, which I've always enjoyed.
I love South Park. With Family Guy, like, I really like the show. Sometimes it gets a little boring, but sometimes it goes a little too far, I find.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
get those things. You're either watching an episode and like, yeah, this is pretty funny, or you're watching an episode and you're like, oh,
Like, I
dear.
cannot believe they went there, kind of thing.
Yeah,
I don't know. I've also watched episodes where I'm like, this is just dumb.
But
Yeah.
you can say the same thing about, like, South Park does push the limits, too.
Yeah, but they do it in a smart way.
Yeah, that's true.
Simpsons is still, I think,
I love
a
Simpsons
clever
still.
show. It's still one of the best cartoons on TV.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think it's just the audience has changed viewing it more so than the show has changed.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Futurama is really good, too.
Futurama's always been just solid gold, that series.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
think that crossing with The Simpsons is going to be great. Just even visually wise, it fits
Oh, yeah.
better with Futurama than
For
Family
sure.
So is
Guy.
it going to be, like an episode?
Don't know yet.
crossover?
You'll find out when it airs.
Hmm.
So
Says Geoff in his executive movie voice was like, you'll find out when it
That's
airs.
right.
Like he has control over
You'll
it.
find
when
out
you
when
see
you
Michael
find out.
Jackson as the next Doctor Who, you'll know. Or The Cause. Yeah. He's on tour right now. Did you know that?
Is he promoting his...
Stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Who is what?
Bill Cosby.
I saw him live once. He's not bad.
Meh.
So, that's today's episode. It's a bit longer than usual, just because Garry had to take time off for whatever reason. Unknown.
It's called Vacation.
Unknown.
I was training in order to fight justice. Now I
That's
just
right.
need inspiration.
He
What's
wa-
that crashing
he was
through the
away.
window?
He was away
It's a kid.
and not here. He deprived you of his voice for whatever reason.
My smooth tones.
Oh God! Look what you started.
And not only
I
did
am
we
a
come
pretty
back,
big deal.
not only did we come back with Garry, we brought the Griff. Pulled her out of her cave and made her sit here and talk to you.
Yep. Okay, bye.
So,
Aw.
SDCC Roundup, TV, games, movies, lots to listen to. We'll have audio cues in the description in case you want to skip some of us, but you shouldn't, because we're
You
awesome.
should never skip us. You should
That's
skip
right.
while listening to us.
Or you can listen to it in bits and pieces and leave, finish off where you left off,
Yeah, like Reese's Pieces, little tiny
There
bite-sized
you go.
portions.
So you can find us on Facebook at the Pendulum Podcast. You can subscribe to our channel. Please do so, because we need subscribers, and we're awesome, and we love you, and you love us. True? True.
I love you.
Exactly. And I love you, too.
Aw.
I really wasn't talking to you, but
Aww.
we like you too, Rebecca.
Thanks.
You can read me on my blog at
What's it
mymeldshome.tumblr.com. You can read Garry at thewagnarok.tumblr.com.
It's the shelf life of Ragnarok.
Shelf
Thanks
life
for
of Ragnarok. Sorry.
thanks for being
You'll
aware.
also find his toy reviews from today on there as well in more detail with pictures.
Ooh.
I will do a synopsis of my books on mine as well, just because we did not review any books this week.
Look at you with your synopsises.
Synopsize.
Synopsises.
Yeah.
Synopsis.
Is it synopsi?
I
that
don't
doesn't
know.
sound right.
I think it's
Synopses.
Synopses.
Synop-
Yeah.
I like
Anyways.
synopsises.
We'll have that ready to go for
that's
you
a fun
as well.
word.
So, Facebook, Tumblr, friggin'
Twitter.
Twitter.
The other T. We're
Twitter.
everywhere.
We're everywhere.
Soon.
YouTube, subscribe, please.
Enjoy
Facebook,
us.
like us, love us. Rebecca, do the same. The Griff.
Love the Griff.
That's right. You can listen to the Griff here and on upcoming specials and microsodes, where she'll talk about stuff.
And things.
Just stuff.
Way to sell it.
Yeah.
That's right.
She'll talk. We'll pretend
If
to
you
listen.
like stuff, you'll like the Griff.
And if you like things, you'll like the Griff.
That's right.
All she talks about, stuff and things.
So this is Geoff
And Garry.
And the Griff.
for The Pendulum. See you later.